STEAM programs, STEM programs, every year there's a new program. But this STEAM program seems to be sticking around. STEAM is the new buzz acronym that means science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Some schools advocate for STEM, erroneously thinking that art is somehow not part of the larger equation. STEAM recognizes that art can be the glue of a good integrated program. Some art educators, however, hear the word STEAM and they bemoan and groan about new initiatives, new lessons, new curriculum, new methods. Instead, really, they should be cheering. The unavoidable fact about it is that art teachers have been using STEAM long before it was ever a term or recognized for its strength. You can't make a grid lesson or a tessellation or a clay form without touching on geometry. You can't explore Warhol or Da Vinci without talking about history. You can't illustrate a story without talking about literature. You can't mix colors without experiencing chemistry and physics on some level because we already do it to one degree or another. It's why kids who have art outscore their peers on standardized tests. You don't need new lessons. The core connections are already there to be teased out. You've already been doing them for so long, you're probably not even aware that you're doing it, but you do it every day. I would liken STEAM in most classrooms to a manual shift car. You can get from point A to point B in first gear and beat everyone who walks or runs to their destination. Art does this naturally. We beat out all of our colleagues with deeper, multisensory learning with a high degree of creative problem solving. But there are higher gears available that take a bit of coordination to use. You don't always have to use them, but it's fun to cruise slowly with your windows open, but sometimes using those higher gears, more integration can be fun and offer new experiences. To get into second or third gear, you could take the time to bring out a prism and talk to your students about color and light. You could draw from observation, borrowing science lab microscopes. You could do more pre-planning and post-writing to reflect a few minutes on a famous quote from art history. All these writing things can help improve students' writing skills and literacy. You could tell a story about what was happening in history at the same time that your artist of focus was working. By adding a bit of open-ended writing or even a research paper annually, students can experience extensive cross-curricular content in your Porsche. I do these things and encourage my peers to do so as well. The results have been pretty amazing and have saved my department. They take but a few minutes during my introductions or my closures and can be done at every level from kindergarten through 12th grade. I do 2 or 3 major integrated projects every semester, like exploring pollen seed forms as the basis of sculptural projects, or requiring a written research paper about an artist from history and the works that have inspired that student. A unit on perspective where we use rulers, T-squares, and tie it all together with surrealism. I require that every student can recognize and categorize artwork by visual clues from the Renaissance through pop art, but we make it a detective-like game. Did you nod and think, yeah, I already do that? Well, then you're already a STEAM expert. My students outscore their peers by an average of 100 points on the SAT, and we dug a little deeper and it turned out my students were doing about 150 points higher. That's pretty awesome. It means that my department is not going to be cut while others are. It means that my budget is stable and healthy. It means that I'm respected by my fellow teachers. Whenever we do these integrated projects, I put them right out in the hallway and I display them with banners that talk about their intercurricular connections. Everybody loves it. The idea that STEAM is for some other art teachers and not for some others, or that it becomes a point of debate, is really silly in my opinion. We are already STEAM-based teachers the moment a child enters our room, and the fact is that STEAM illustrates the absolute necessity of art in a successful school program. It needs to be embraced, or even better, shrugged off. STEAM? Yeah, I've been doing it for years. Nothing new. Embrace it. If you found this helpful, please look at the rest of the videos in this playlist and consider subscribing. Thank you.